because I've got a job interview.
Oh yeah, so you got to make sure you're.
Yeah, well, you know,
dolled up.
present.
Okay, so let's see. So you're an artist.
Yes, I am.
Oh well, then you know the struggles.
I know the life. I am it.
It's not like I hear a Harlem or Manhattan or Staten Island
Not
accent.
even a little bit.
Where are you from?
My connection in New York. Not really, seriously, not from anywhere.
Oh, okay.
But I have lived in D.C. now, in this area, for the last 10 years, so this is the closest to anything. In every neighborhood.
Oh,
but my
really?
whole life before that was all over the world.
Oh, really?
Yes. My mother was a diplomat.
Okay, so that's the cosmopolitan aspect of what I hear.
Yes.
Okay.
My mother is African American from Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
My father was from India.
Oh, really?
And so, and he was not only from India, his mother was from Scotland.
You know what's so interesting about that? On my grandmother's side, she's West Indian.
Okay.
But her mother was from Jamaica, and her
was from India?
father was from India, Sri Lanka, but his father was from Scotland.
Yes.
So there must have been a lot of Scottish immigration to India.
The British were, subjugated India for hundreds of years, so there was a lot of.
They were practicing their imperialism, huh?
Yes,
Oh, no, that's right. So you gotta practice. Practice makes perfect.
Exactly, practice in effect. But in my grandparents' case, my grandfather came from a very, as they say in India, highborn family.
In the caste system, it was the higher echelon. Okay.
And in fact, my grandfather was seriously no lie, the first exchequer of India appointed by Mountbatten, given a British title. Real tyrant.
Yeah.
He sent my grandfather, his son, to Scotland to study medicine in the 19-teens. And there was a tram strike. This is for your film.
Oh, okay.
And there was a tram strike. And
which is the railway there?
Yeah, like, in the street. The
trolley
street cars.
kind of
yeah,
thing.
Trolleys.
Yeah.
And he knew about it, but he saw a young, pretty woman sitting on a tram, holding her purse, not knowing about it. So he sat down pretending he didn't know about the strike, got her name, found her pretty, and looked in the telephone book for all the Ellen Hugheses, for all the Hughes families, and called all of them.
That's how he found his woman, huh?
That's how he found her, and they came back to India 10 years later with 2 kids, and he hadn't told his father. And he had been promised to another family's daughter when he was a kid,
that's
and they
right.
have the picture.
The prearranged
him
marriages and everything.
7-year-old in a turban, and her looking all adult and frightened.
She's probably the best. She made out the best of the whole deal, right?
Oh no, the family. Yeah, she did exactly.
She's like, because I'm not trying to marry.
I don't have to get involved with all this. My grandmother was treated really with a lot of disdain. It was difficult for her.
Wow.
When she came back to India, so she spent a lot of time apart. So that's my family story.
Wow.
It's my tale, Art Brooks.
Yeah, you know what? That's so interesting because I guess in the end, a lot of us have a lot of cross connections in terms of heritage and lineage globally. Yeah. And before it was so hard to pin down, but now with the internet, you can really go in and find your genealogy and the history of your family and the whole bit.
No, it is all a very interesting necklace.
Yeah, I've actually had somewhat of an easy time. I'm the 4th. I'm John Arthur Ellsworth Brooks the 4th. And my great-great-grandfather was William H. Brooks, who happened to have been I think he was born in Calvert County, if I'm not mistaken.
Is he a historian?
No. He was, he was born in 1859, antebellum period. And then he went on to become a doctor and reverend in New York. Yeah, so there's a gap, though, because I know he pastored at St. Mark's Church in Harlem for quite some years, and then his son was John Arthur Ellsworth Brooks, who went on to become a physician, but he died young, like 33 or so. And so I can't really find a lot of information on him. And then my grandfather is John Arthur Ellsworth Brooks II, who ended up being, among other things, an English professor and truant officer and a jazz musician who toured the world and this kind of thing. And then my father is the third, and now I'm the fourth, and I have a son who's the fifth. So it's easy to trace back at least to that point. Now, what happened before my great-great-grandfather was born into slavery is more difficult. And then on my mom's side, like I said, it goes outside of the United States. She's second-generation American. Her father was from Barbados and her mom was from Jamaica. So that was my granny. Yeah. And so what I've been doing here is reviewing footage that I've been shooting and kind of looking for the story within all of these clips. Because we know what the second and third story is, but the first story is the setup for the whole deal. And so it's been a little challenging to really make the first story pop that draws everyone in, you know what I mean? And then the second and third part of this full-length feature the full-length feature is 3 short films, which can stand alone as a, film production.
How exciting.
Yeah, and I thought, this might be a...
What are you going to shoot it on?
Well, we're trying to decide that, and I bought this camera and rushed into it thinking it was high def, and it's actually standard definition. So then I've been consulting with one of my production gurus, my man Phenom, and trying to determine what will be the best camera package for low cost production, but still the highest quality for that low overhead, Therein lies the challenge. So we're looking for a 1080 progressive scan, preferably something that'll shoot at 24p and give it a real filmic quality. But that takes us into another budget tier, So with the, you said you do podcasts and...
Well, this is the first time I'm doing this for pay. I actually did a comedy radio show for years in Belgium. And then it turned into a cabaret show as well that we would tour around.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you do any acting within the
Of
show?
course.
Oh, yeah?
I created it, wrote it, produced it, recorded it.
I know, that's right.
Everything for 4 years. That's great with my songwriting partner.
And that's the stuff you would do for free, right? But
thank you. We put so much into it for free for years, but we got a lot of attention for it. It was a lot of fun. It was hilarious. We were silly. It was rough. The early tapes are ridiculous. I can't bear them. We were awful.
You have to review though. You have to remember from whence you came and how you rose. I actually started off doing this in elementary school, writing, producing, directing, and acting in plays in 5th and 6th grade.
I've been doing this shit since I was 3. Excuse my friend. Well, don't excuse my friends. I'm French. I have been. My mother would be working on her thesis, and I'd be in front of the little GE tape recorder with the microphone doing the Tonight Show with Ray Cacala. So I've been, with friends all through school. I'm still friends with those people. We had characters. We had everything.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, I just ran into one of my first script writers. Well, not ran into him. We're all still friends, but the fellas got together to watch the boxing match the other night, and he was there, and I was letting him know because we had done this, like I said, in elementary school, and then we sat down to write a film script later on, and that was years ago, and I just came across the script in my mom's attic. She thought she heard someone walking around in the house, and she was in the basement. So I came over and kind of went all the way through the house. I'm looking because I'm sitting up here running my mouth and missed the turn. But let's see, here we go.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
It recalculates.
Oh yes, recalculating route. So
it's so nice to meet you. You're so dapper and friendly and creative. You know how hard that is to see and find in way station, devoid of creativity. I love DC, but sometimes it gets on my nerves that way. I wish more people would be involved.
And there are a lot of creative people and talented people in DC.
It's a strange.
Yeah,
it's a government town.
Yeah.
So, that becomes the show.
More conservative.
Which I'm very political because I'm from DC. But I'm also a musician.
Oh, yeah? What do you do with music?
I went to Berklee College of Music. I'm a piano player. I sing, I write songs, and I also...
And you score feature films.
I can't score feature film.
Why? All you have to do is just sit back and watch.
My arranging and
play.
notation sucks.
Well, you can ad lib.
Chops, but
you can ad lib. Don't.
Yeah, I can ad lib and
the
record. I went to audio engineering school for a while.
Yeah.
You know.
Don't let your the shortcomings prohibit you from even venturing into something, because a lot of times maybe some of the best art springs from the soul.
Yeah, of course.
So
that's
rather
what always
than
happens.
yes,
You gotta just get over yourself.
Yeah.
Shut up and do it. So stupid all the time. Anyway, I'm an artist, but I can't do it yet.
Yes, we can is the mantra for the artist. Look, it's never been done before, but so what?
I know.
And let's do it anyway. Yeah.
Spectacularly floppy or amazing. You know, you gotta just kind of, you really
go all in.
It's tough work.
Yeah,
it's tough work that
and
way.
it takes the commitment. I finished.
Nobody's gonna throw you a party for it either.
No, unless it's wildly successful.
Yes, exactly.
The wildly floppy goes under the rug. The wildly successful is everyone's on your coattails trying to figure out.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I knew him when.
And then you do the wildly successful for a while.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't deviate from that. Not that I know.
Neither of us, right?
I'm just sounding
I'm
like
a struggling artist
to
the nth power. But I'm going to keep struggling.
I do feel now, Art, though, that life's changing for me right now in terms of, I mean, you're taking me to community forklift. I'm here. You know what I mean? It's already,
This is it.
Yes, it is. Things are beginning to happen. Just now. I'm going to go for it.
Well, you know what,
this
too?
idea for the podcast. I'll get in touch with you and I'll interview you for the podcast.
Oh,
We're trying
excellent.
to put the community in Forklift.
Wow.
But see, I'm not
to elevate,
make it a little community podcast. I want it to become
global.
Like the focal point of kind of. I want it to be a cool music, local, interesting, and educational about recycling and reuse show.
Oh, well, that's hot right now. You know that.
Do the music and engineer it and record it and broadcast it. It's going to be my show. I don't need anybody, a whole bunch of people.
A lot of hands in the pie, and bumping heads with other people.
To Joan Collins instantly.
Look at this old Benz over here.
Oh my!
Wait, I think we need a shot.
That is worth.
This is.
I wonder how much it would cost.